Alright. Name is Dale. Doing an album review for the new Talib Kweli and Diamond D, Gotham. This album review is done on behalf of Audio Liquor Magazine. I want to give you a brief history on Talib Kweli first. He has 8 solo albums and about the same amount of collabo albums, rather it be with another MC, another rapper, or with another producer. But for him to be such a high-level MC, his solo albums have been more missed than hits. He has 2 that I can speak highly about. The rest, not so much. His 2 good, very good albums, solo albums anyway, is Quality and Eardrum. I think Eardrum is his best album out of all his albums he's done, in my opinion. I think that's the strongest. But I do dig Quality too, as well. But the rest of them, not so much. Probably due to a lack of production. The production not really matching his skill set at times on many of those albums, or a few of them have been kind of all over the place. He's trying to do a little too much, trying to show you a little too much range, where the album just seems to be going in 1,000 different directions. But his 2 collabo albums with High Tech the producer, Reflection, Eternal, have been real good. The 2 albums he's done with High Tech, very high level albums. And the group album he has with Mos Def called Black Star, they did together in the late 90s. That's when I first became aware of Talib Kweli and who he was. That album is considered, the first Black Star album is considered a cult underground classic. And according to Talib Kweli in an interview we just did, they have another Black Star album that's coming out this summer, which is crazy because people have been clamoring and asking when is going to be another Black Star album, and basically it took a little over 20 years for the next one to come. So that's crazy, but he said it's done, it's finished, and it's dropping this summer. All the production is done by Mad Lib, so that should be interesting, should be good. I'm looking forward to that. And then you have the producer Diamond D, who's part of the crew DITC, Digging in the Crates. Diamond D is a rapper he's a producer slash rapper. He's more known as a producer, but he does rap. He has solo albums. He has collaboration albums. Diamond D is probably considered one of the best producers on the mic. I will put him above a lot of producers who rap that we think of first as a producer, then a rapper. You know, you have your rappers who produce themselves, but you look at them more as a rapper than a producer, like J. Cole, he produces himself. Eminem at times produces himself. You know, so on and so forth. But people like Pete Rock, who's more so known as a producer but raps at times. You got Alchemist, who's more so known as a producer who raps at times. You got Black Milk, who does a lot of rapping, but I still consider him a producer first. And you got people like Scram Jones, who will rap every now and then, but is known as a producer. Kanye West, of course, he's the most famous one, who started off as a producer and then evolved as a rapper. But I would say Diamond D is better than Kanye, because Kanye has had writers to help him over the years. He's had Rhyme Fest write shit for him, Consequence, Saha the Prince. Diamond D writes his own shit. He even says it on his first album. On one of his songs, he said, I write my own rhymes, I produce my own shit. Yeah, boy, I ain't the one to fuck with. So he put it out there from the get-go. So he makes his own beats and he writes his own raps. So he's a very talented dude. He came out in the 90s probably. I think that album dropped, his first album dropped like maybe early to mid 90s, called Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop. It's considered a classic among many. I really dig the album. I bought the cassette back in the 90s. And Diamond D has produced for the likes of Outkast, Brand Nubians, Rash Cash, trying to think who else. Fugees, he's produced for the Fugees, the Alcoholics. That's just the folks outside of DITC. He's also did production for everybody within the crew: Big L, Lord Finesse, AG, OC. Early did a lot of early Fat Joe joints on Fat Joe, like first two albums probably. So he's been around for years. He started off as a DJ, and his last two albums, I think he has like 8 albums total as well. And his last like 2 albums before this one with Barley, it was more like collaboration albums in the same vein as a Static Selector, where he does the production and he gets all these different artists to get on different joints throughout the album. So they are true collaboration albums in a sense. He just has a whole bunch of artists just rapping over his beats. And I think the joint is called Dime Piece 1 and Dime Piece 2. And those are pretty good. I think that the first Dime Piece was much better than the second one. But still overall solid joints. So now they come together for this album. And I thought this album would be a little better than what it was. Still not a bad album by no means, but I was expecting a little more. It's 10 tracks total, not a long listen at all. I'm gonna go into some of the standout songs on the album. Not gonna go into every song because I didn't like every song. I think out of 10, it was probably 3 I didn't care for. The first track is called Sons of Gotham. Kweli goes in. Talib Kweli goes in. He has like a line where he says, "Mega hat rappers out there acting like Kanye." I thought that was funny. He pieced that a few times throughout the song. I thought that was funny. I think it's actually part of the hook. So he goes in. I love his lyrics on this joint. And then you got another track called Olympic. And it's nice. I dig the guitar loop. I dig the guitar sample. It has a rock feel to it. It's short but strong. Then you got another track called On Mamas, should I say. It's On Mamas. And they have a video for this. It is a straight New York joint. It's nice, I like it, I dig it. You got another track called Attention Span, featuring Sky Zoo. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. The song indirectly is dedicated to Jay Dilla without saying. And the lyrics that is dedicated to Jay Dilla, the great producer who passed away unfortunately in the early to mid 2000s. He passed away. In the hook, Kweli says even takes from a Jay Dilla line off a Slum Village song. Slum Village was the group that Jay Dilla was part of. And the song's called Hold Tight. He takes a line that Jay Dilla says on that song and turns it into a hook. You don't pay attention, man. That's why your money's the size of your attention span. I thought that was slick how he used that line as a hook. And Diamond D even samples from that song, Hold Tight, that Jay Dilla produced. for the group Slum Village that he was a part of. He samples the drums. He has the same drum pattern, should I say, and he even samples some of the music from there. So it's a nice song, it's strong. Got a video for it, I believe. And then you got the song, another song called Chillin' While Black. Both Kweli and Diamond D rap on this joint. They rap about blacks, all the blacks that have been killed, black folks that have been killed by cops. They go deep into it. For such a depressing and terrible situation that they rapping about, it has an up-tempo beat. It has the horns. The beat isn't like grim. It isn't a down. It isn't depressing. It isn't serious. It isn't dark at all. It's kind of an upbeat, horn-based, heavy horn lace beat that goes through, and it's tight. I really like it. I think they should do a video for this song. One of the best joints on there. Then you got another song called I'll Tell You Later, featuring Niko. It's a little different, but I dig it. Niko, he has a different type of flow. His voice is different. It's a strong song. The production is nice. I dig it. Then you have another track called The Fold. Diamond D raps on this as well. Diamond D only raps on 2 songs on this whole project. But he gets his man. I dig the horn sample. It has scratching and cutting on the break. And I think Diamond D scratches a line from J-Ro, who was part of the group called the Alcoholics. And he said, I fold clothes with your body still in them. He's scratching that joint. I thought that was tight. It had, I want to talk about 2 songs briefly that I didn't care for. One featured Busta Rhymes called The Quiet One. I didn't really care for that song. I think that was more so due to the production. Then you got another track called Pick Your Head Up featuring John Forte. Yes, I couldn't believe I ain't heard John Forte in a long time. I think dude just got out of prison not too long ago from doing a long ass bid for drug running, drug trafficking. But I didn't care for that song either. And I think it was another joint I didn't care for. I think this female was on there singing and doing some spoken word, things of that nature. I didn't care for that song as well. But overall, I would give this Gotham album a B-. It's worth checking out. It won't blow you away. Like I said, I was expecting a little bit more from these 2. But anyway, I'm done. I'm finished. That's it.